What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the United Harmony Runner in this gray fog colorway. United is an independent sneaker, clothing, and accessory brand that spreads love and positivity in all their products. And this right here is their latest sneaker silhouette, the United Harmony Runner. Releasing back on July 4th, these retailed for a price of $190 US, which is roughly 260 Canadian dollars converted. And the official colorway for this shoe is gray fog, white, and red. So unlike United's past silhouettes that were much more reminiscent, for example, of an Air Jordan 1 or a Dunk, this pair is obviously much more running shoe inspired and has much more of a lightweight look and feel to it, making it a perfect shoe to release right now in the summer. And in my honest opinion, I think this is their best looking silhouette to date, so I was very excited to get these in hand, see how they were, so here I am with my review. So diving into the details of this shoe, the base layer of the sneaker is constructed out of a white colored mesh. Right above this towards the laces, as well as at the bottom towards the front of the shoe, we have these three overlays of silver reflective 3M panels. And then surrounding the front toe cap, we have this very long haired shaggy suede, which is done in this gray fog color. And you can see another hit of this reflective 3M towards the sides of the toe box as well. Covering the eyelets of the sneaker, we have more of that shaggy gray suede. And then stitched on top of this on the mid panel, we have United's signature U logo. This is constructed out of a genuine white colored leather that felt pretty nice and soft to the touch. Moving downwards, you can see we have more of that same mesh, and then overlaid on top of this on either side, we have another strip of reflective 3M, and debossed across it we have the word Harmony, referencing the silhouette's name. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have this shiny black colored TPU heel clip, which gives you added structure and support for the back end of the sneaker. And right above this, we have this heart-shaped cutout of suede, and embroidered across we have the words B on the left foot and United on the right foot. And above this, we have this reflective 3M panel, along with this red colored woven pull tab, which helps to get your foot in and out of the shoe a bit easier. Moving on to the laces, so these come with 4 different lace options. So the one that I prefer are these oval shaped laces in white, but they also give you a rope style lace, along with a red and gray colored oval shaped lace too. Underneath this, the tongue is lined in foam, but it's covered in that same white mesh that we saw covering the toe box. On the very top of the tongue, we have this gray tag with United branding, and if you look at the tongue from the sides, you'll see that the foam layer within is totally exposed, giving it a bit of that retro running shoe flair. The interior of the shoe is lined in this red colored nylon, which has a very soft and silky smooth finish to it. And to my surprise, the collar of the shoe is actually a lot more padded than it looks like in pictures. Moving on to the insoles of the sneaker, so these come with your typical foam lined insole, nothing too special here. However, we have custom graphics on the top with United branding pressed onto the heel in this box logo inspired style. So the upper of this Harmony Runner sits atop this very chunky foam midsole, which is entirely painted in white. It has a bit of a sculpted look and feel to it, giving it some visual interest to it. And then turning this pair over to the bottom, this is a very simple black colored outsole with a pretty minimalistic traction pattern, to be honest, but it does have this sort of wavy pattern to it on the medial edge in the middle, along with the lateral side of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair, and for those wondering about sizing, my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. These are a size 10 and they fit me pretty well. There was just over an index finger's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, which I consider to be pretty much perfect. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe, so all in all, this is a pretty decently comfortable shoe for casual use. You can tell the midsole of this shoe is extremely chunky, and I feel like the midsole material had a decent amount of responsiveness to it. It's not a dead feeling foam, but at the same time it's not overly soft, squishy, and mushy. So you can feel an adequate amount of that bounce back, especially around the heel area of the sneaker. And the upper of the shoe, it goes without saying, is extremely lightweight. It's very breathable and light, so this would be a very solid option to wear in the hot summer months. Last but not least, in terms of quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was very solid. This obviously isn't the best materials I've seen on a shoe ever, but for a small startup independent brand, I gotta applaud them for giving us pretty decent materials. The leathers, like I mentioned earlier, had a very nice, soft, genuine feel to them, and the suedes they use are a very thick cut of suede, and I wasn't mad about that whatsoever. And in terms of the overall build and the craftsmanship, it was pretty solid. There were some rippling around the mesh areas of the shoe, but once I put my foot inside, it really wasn't noticeable at all. And aside from that though, the panels were cut relatively consistently. There were some areas that were a little bit wobbly, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And there weren't any glue stains or paint blobs or anything like that, so all in all, I was pretty pleased with how these turned out. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. If you're someone that loves to support small independent brands that are up and coming, I think United is definitely a brand you'd want to check out. I love the messaging behind their products, and like I said in the beginning of this review, I think this is their best silhouette to date. I really love the running shoe vibe of this shoe, and just think it's a very well designed sneaker. The panels work and they just go together, it flows very nicely. My only wish was that maybe it would have been a less padded around this collar area, then it would have given the shoe more of a streamlined, sleek feel to it on foot, but really I'm just nitpicking at this point, so I gotta tip my hat off to United for a job well done. So I believe there are still some sizes on their website, so I'll link their website, their social media, all that good stuff down below. So if you guys are curious to check these out, hit that link below and be sure to tell them that I sent you. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review. I know this is a little bit different than your typical Nike, New Balance, or Adidas review, but I love highlighting small brands like this on my channel. So thank you again for the love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.